So TMZ just posted a news story and a video that they labeled as racist as it gets. And I mean, with what this guy said, I would have to say that this is one of the more racist videos I've ever witnessed, in internet history. It's pretty vulgar, pretty disgusting. Now, before I read to you what TMZ said in the story, I just want to let you know, if you want to see the video of Chad arguing with the guy, there's a link below in the description box that'll take you to the meatmagazine.blogspot.com website. Right to this article. All you got to do is click the link below. If for some reason you don't know how to find the link, post a comment below. I'll just go ahead and give the link to you right there in the comment section if you don't know where the hell the description box is. Anyways, here's what TMZ had to say about it, and I quote: "The man who filed a police report claiming Terrell Owens hurled a cup of hot coffee at him went on a racist tear during the altercation, screaming the N-word and calling him a, quote, fucking knuckle running, spear chucking, monkey ass looking motherfucker." Now, let me stop the story there. I think what he meant to say was a knuckle dragging, spear chucking, whatever. So anyways, back to the story. Anyway, went on a racist tear during the altercation, screaming the N-word and calling him a, quote, fucking knuckle running, spear chucking, monkey ass looking motherfucker. TMZ Sports obtained video of a portion of the altercation between T.O. and the alleged victim, a guy named Armand. Terrell tells us Armand got aggressive with him inside a Brentwood, California Starbucks, throwing a cup of liquid at him outside the shop and repeatedly used the N-word. We now know on the subject of racial slurs, T.O. was telling the truth. T.O. says after Armand threw a cup at him, the former football star returned the favor with his own cup of coffee. We spoke with Armand, who first denied using the N-word. But when we told him we had the video, he said he never put an R at the end. Quote, "I used that word and it's very much accepted in the black community," end quote. When we told Armand that we hear him say fucking knuckle running, spear chucking, monkey ass looking motherfucker, he said he was purposefully racist, adding, quote, "I just wanted to make him mad and sad. I'm Middle Eastern and Muslim and not KKK." Pause the story. So your ass can't be racist? Anyway, back to the story. The story goes on to say, Armand, who denied throwing a cup at T.O., said, quote, "That's freedom of speech, but there's not freedom of attack. He kicked me in the Starbucks," end quote. And he said, quote, "I don't want my name to be ruined with all my African American friends because that's as racist as it gets. Cops are investigating." Oh my sweet Lord Jesus. Now, I saw the video. I strongly suggest you watch it for yourself. It's less than a minute and a half, so it's not very lengthy. But here's the thing. I love how this story exposes multiple things. First of all, it exposes the fact that this guy, who, if you look into, like, for example, if he took a genetics test, he would come back a Caucasian or Caucasoid. He might have a little something mixed in there, but at the end of the day, he is genetically a Caucasoid or Caucasian person, because there's only 3 races on this planet. In order of appearance: so-called Negroid, so-called Mongoloid, so-called Caucasoid. Now, a so-called Negroid would be like Terrell Owens, a so-called black person, a so-called African American. A Mongoloid is basically an Oriental person. A lot of those people from Asia are considered to be Mongoloids, the people with the epicanthal eyelid or whatever they call it, where it looks, the smaller eyelids and whatnot. And then there's Caucasian people, or Caucasoids, like this guy right here. He's basically what you would call white, but he may not call himself that, but that's what he is. He is what British people are and French people, those terrorists, so-called, and those people in the Middle East and whatnot. Those are basically a bunch of Caucasoids. And I was actually going to do a video about this, ironically, about how these people who they call sand N-words and stuff like that Caucasian people don't want to accept, including people behind 9/11, and the people allegedly behind 9/11 are Caucasians. But anyways, at the end of the day, I love how this video exposed the fact that he doesn't view himself as being quote unquote white. The world doesn't view him as being quote unquote white. It also exposes the fact that unless he was caught out saying it, he wasn't going to tell anybody shit. He was just like, oh, no, I didn't say the N-word. Then he switched it up and said, well, I didn't say it with the R. So that's supposed to make it better. And then when it comes to using racial slurs, another thing that the video exposes is the fact that he called Terrell Owens, once again, a quote, fucking knuckle running, spear chucking, monkey ass looking motherfucker. And Terrell did not return any racial slurs to him. You know, because they always say, oh, black people are the most racist and all that. Fuck out of here. Well, I just call them all those racist names to make him mad. But you know what the TMZ story did not include, but was included in the video? Is the simple fact that this guy flat out said, he was like, oh, you know, I'm about to go get me a lawyer and sue your ass. Me and my family are about to come up off of you. He literally actually said this shit. So that exposes the fact that a lot of times, quote unquote, black people, including celebrities, are basically taunted and forced to defend themselves by people out there who will fuck with you, to harass you, to put their hands on you. They'll do different things to you to try to harass and intimidate you, and then turn around and say, no, I'm the victim here, and use their white privilege. And this guy, even though he's a Middle Easterner, he knows he has his white privilege, and until he got caught on tape calling him an N-word and a spear chucking this, that, and the third, and oh, I'm gonna get a lawyer and use you to basically bleed money from you. You know, he knows what white privilege is, and he was attempting to use it, but his ass got caught out there. So good luck with that, buddy. When this tape is played in court, your ass is grass, you won't get shit. And I'm willing to bet money that this guy has a criminal record. Judging by the way he acted, his demeanor and everything, how aggressive he was, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a mugshot floating around of Armand somewhere, more than likely. And when I find that motherfucker, I'm going to make a video. But anyways, let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels and visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more.